How the nervous system learns danger and learns safety again. Welcome to Pathways Through Pain. I'm Nicole, and this space is for people living with pain, stress, overwhelm, nervous system sensitivity, or the exhaustion that comes from feeling as though your body is always on alert. Before we begin, take one gentle breath. You don't need to fix anything right now. You don't need to force yourself to relax. Just arrive here exactly as you are. Today, I want to explain something simple but powerful. Your nervous system is not broken. It may have simply learned to protect you very, very well. And if it learned to protect you, it can also learn safety again. At the center of everything we do here, we remember that healing always begins with safety. Not pressure, not blame, not pushing harder, safety. Because pain is not only a physical experience, it's also shaped by the nervous system, by our memories, stresses, by emotion, and by our environment, and by whether the body feels safe enough to soften. So let's imagine that inside you is a brilliant little safety crew. This crew's not silly. It's not dramatic. They're not weak. In fact, your crew, your safety crew, are highly intelligent and also ancient. They're designed to keep you alive. Every moment of every day, your nervous system is listening. It's listening to sound, movement, tone of voice, body sensations, pain, memories, breathing, stress, and whether you feel supported, threatened, rushed, dismissed, or safe. A healthy response in a healthy nervous system is really straightforward. Maybe there's a loud noise, something changes suddenly in your environment, or maybe there's a stressful moment. The little safety crew notices. One small alarm sounds, and the crew looks around and checks. Are we safe? Is there danger? Do we need to act? And if the body realizes there is no real threat, the alarm settles. As children, this is what we would call self-settling. We are taught how to settle our own nervous system. But sometimes in childhood, we don't get that opportunity to learn self-settling because of the bombardment of stresses in our environment. So as the body realizes there is no real threat in a healthy nervous system, the breath would return, the muscles would soften, and the heart rate would slow. The system would come back to balance. This is a beautiful thing, a very wonderful process, and this is how our nervous system is meant to work. It's meant to notice, respond, and then return to calm. A healthy nervous system is not one that never reacts. It is one that can react when it needs to, but then come back down again when the danger has passed. But life doesn't always give the body that easy return. Sometimes there is too much stress, too much pain. As I mentioned, a bombardment of uncertainty, maybe conflict, maybe too much responsibility, too much loss, too many moments, one after the other, where the body does not feel fully safe. And so, what happens over time? The nervous system adapts. It stays heightened. It stays switched on. And it rarely, if ever, gets to return to that beautiful place of balance and softness. Inside, our little nervous system team, well, they've developed strategies to be on watch, on guard all the time. The changes that the safety crew makes is akin to installing extra security cameras around the body, extra microphones, extra sensors, extra wires, extra alarms, all placed throughout the nervous system, throughout the body, in the shoulders, in the jaw, in the stomach, in the chest, in the back, and in the muscles, in the places where pain has lived. Now, your safety crew is not doing this to punish you. They're doing this to protect you. This is vigilance. And vigilance is not a character flaw. It's not a weakness. It's not all in your head. It is your wonderful nervous system learning from experience. The problem is not that your nervous system is somehow broken or malfunctioning. The problem is that it's too clever, sometimes too protective. This is called an amplified response. And this is where an amplified response can begin. A small cue happens, a sound, an incident, a raised voice, a message, a look, a bill, a memory, even a twinge in the body, a sensation you don't understand, or a stressful thought, and suddenly the nervous system says, "Threat detected!" The alarm goes off. The heart may race. The breath may become shallow. The muscles begin to tighten. The stomach starts to churn. And the mind may start scanning for what's wrong. Pain may flare. Emotions may rise quickly. The body may flood with fight or flight chemistry. Adrenaline, cortisol, tension, readiness. And yet, in that exact moment, you may actually be safe. You may be sitting in your lounge room or lying in your bed. You could be walking down the street or simply reading an email. But inside, the safety crew is on red alert and reacting as though something dangerous is now happening. This is the amplified response. Small cue, big alarm. And when this happens, many people start to feel betrayed by their own body. They think, why is this happening? Why am I like this? Why can't I cope? Why does everything affect me so much? Why does my pain flare when I'm stressed? But what if the better question is not, what is wrong with me? What if the better question is, what has my nervous system learned? Then we can ask, what can I gently teach it now? Retraining and safety. Because the nervous system can learn, obviously, because it's learnt vigilance in the past, it learnt protection, and it learnt to stay ready. So it can learn other skills too. It can learn de-escalation. It can learn calm. It can learn peace. With time, repetition, and compassion, your nervous system can learn safety. This is not about pretending everything is fine, and it's not about ignoring the pain. It's not about positive thinking your way out of suffering, and it's not about forcing the body to calm down. A nervous system that's been on high alert for a long time does not usually respond well to force. It responds to evidence, repeated evidence. Small, gentle signals that say, I am here. I am safe enough in this moment. I do not have to fight right now. I do not have to run right now. I can soften, even if only by 1%. I can come back to my breath. I can come back to the room. I can come back home to myself. This is nervous system retraining. Not one big miracle moment, not a magic pill, not one perfect meditation, not one magical phrase, but small cues, repeated often enough that the body begins to believe them. Breath, grounding, soothing words, gentle movement, rest, warmth, rhythm, connection, a hand on the heart, a calm voice, a phrase that feels true, a pause before reacting, a moment of noticing. Ah, that's just my alarm system. That's just my body trying to protect me. And then, instead of fighting the alarm, we begin to reassure the system. We can say, "Thank you for protecting me. You've worked so hard. But in this moment, I'm actually safe. You can soften now. You don't have to scan so intensely. There is no danger. You can stand down a little." And little by little, the crew inside begins to trust. Maybe one alarm is turned down. Maybe one camera removed. Maybe one microphone is unplugged. Maybe one pathway that once fired danger begins to fire safety instead. This is the pathway through pain. Not a harsh and difficult path, not a rushed path, a gentle one, a personal one, but most importantly, a repeated one. A pathway that teaches the body, you are not alone anymore. You are allowed to heal, and you are allowed to feel safe. Now it's time to come back home to yourself. And so just to finish today, if you feel like taking a few moments to notice whether you can begin that process of communicating with your own safety crew. Close your eyes if that feels safe for you. Take a moment to soften your eyelids and take another deep breath. Now notice the surface beneath you, the chair, the floor, the bed, the earth, and let your body feel that something is holding and supporting you right now. Now bring one hand gently to your heart, your chest or your belly. Choose the place that feels kindest. Take another slow breath in and an even longer breath out. Feel your shoulders beginning to soften and release. Feel your jaw unclenching. And know that in this moment you are safe. You can repeat to yourself and to that safety crew within, I am safe enough now. Know that your body is allowed to soften. Your breath can move gently. your shoulders are able to release a little further. Your nervous system is not broken. It's been protecting you. And now, little by little, it can learn safety again. So as you sit quietly, breathing gently in and slowly out, imagine your own little safety crew inside, now able to turn down just one alarm. Not all of them, just one. Let the body receive that message as an invitation. You are safe enough in this moment. You are allowed to soften by 1%. You are allowed to come back home to yourself. One breath, one cue, one small step along the pathway at a time. This is Pathways Through Pain. Thank you for being here.